Hello dear fashion designers, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. On this channel I post explanatory videos and tutorial on how to achieve trending outfits that will upgrade your fashion game. If this is something that you like, do make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and also click on the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. In today's video, I'll be explaining in details how to achieve some of the outfits that was worn at the just concluded Amvca 11th edition. I'll be sharing with you the design overview, the construction techniques, components breakdown of the fabric used, the silhouettes, the structure, the embellishments, and more. So make sure that you stick to the end, like, share, and subscribe. The first dress I'll be analyzing is the outfit worn by Kiki. It was made by Vicky James. This outfit is a masterpiece. The outfit is highly sculptural and it has this oceanic and feather inspired elements for its couture creation. Now for the details, it's a fitted long gown and of course a shirt corset for the body's underlay. What is Vicky James' outfit without a corset? The underlay corset is something like this, made with a mesh that matches her skin tone. Then the later went in with the fabric placement. The fabric used is a beaded sequence fabric. It has these off-shoulder sleeves, and for the feather-like embellishment, I think fibers were individually picked and then embellished from the waist area down to the sleeve area using a glue or tacking. You can see how the fiber volume increases gently from the waist area down to the sleeve area. So these fibers will be individually picked and then glued on the fabric, increasing the volume of the fibers as it ascends upward. I also love the fact that the feather-like applique is also matching the illusion that is on the center part of the bodies. And to be sincere, I really can't wait to know the inspiration behind the feather-like applique that was used on the dress. Now let's go to the lower part of the gown. The fabric used is still a beaded sequence fabric. They went in to do a design beading from the waist area to the hip area in a blue and silver color beads. I also need to mention that the fabric used for the lining must be a thick one or it must be boned for it to be able to carry the weight of that blue wave structure on it. Speaking of the blue wave structure, I believe that the material used is an organdy fabric. It is much thicker than the regular organza that we buy in the market. Speaking of the structure, I believe that to achieve this, you are going to need a crinoline mesh, the blue color possibly, and then a sky blue organdy material. And for the folding, you need to use a wet technique for it. So first of all, bone the crinoline mesh so that it's going to give it structure. Then you go in with the wet technique for the organdy, holding it on the crinoline mesh to give it some pleats just like this. And after it's done, you can go ahead to untack it on the main fabric. Before you ask me how this wet technique is done, I have a video on it. I will leave the link on the description so you can go ahead to check it. Now to the next outfit. It was worn by Jemima, made by Amvca. I'm not sure I pronounced that rightly. Please permit me. My dear designer, 2 hands up for this designer, because to achieve this smooth look, cutting the zebra-like pattern with this kind of fabric, in fact, look at the contour of the body and it looks so neat, so smooth. This is a lot of work. The lazy me might just go ahead to do some joining in front, some joining at the side, some joining at the back, just for it to come together. But this designer only joined it in front and in back. That's a lot of work, lots of determination and dedication. 2 hands up for this designer. That's a good job. Now for the fabric, it's a black and silver metallic fabric. And for the silhouette, it is a fitted strapless gown with a sweetheart neckline. If you love this dress, you can recreate it with a cotton fabric, but make sure that you add interfacing. And before cutting it, make sure that you draft a pattern. Now let's talk about drafting the pattern. First, draft a strapless gown pattern with a sweetheart neckline or any neckline of your choice or gown of your choice. Take your measurements on both the front and the back pattern. Do not add any sewing allowance to the sides. Please take note. Then on the pattern, go ahead to draw this zebra-like curve pattern on the front. That is the half. If it's folded in two, then trace it also on the back pattern. After that is done, try to cut out the pattern into two. That's if it's folded in two, and if your pattern is not folded in two, that's very fine. Just go ahead to join the sides and the side together. That's the side of the front pattern and then the sides of the back pattern together with a tape. Do this carefully, making sure that the zebra-like pattern which you've drawn on the front also matches with that at the back. If it doesn't match, then carefully redraw it and make it match. Afterwards, cut it out and then cut it on your fabric, adding sewing allowance. You can use 1/2 inch for your sewing allowance, but make sure that you cut out the excesses so as to have a smooth curve at the curvy edge. And that's it for the pattern and the sewing. You will need to take your time to sew it carefully so as to achieve a very good result. Now for the lower hem, it's a pleated stripes about 3 inches, following the same pattern. That's the zebra-like pattern. That's the same thing that was also done for the pleated stripes. So that's it for that outfit. Now to the next outfit. This outfit is by the same designer and it's a mermaid silhouette. You can see that it is fitted through the bodies and the hip area, flowing out to the knees area. It has a stylish halter neckline with a flaming detailing from the neckline to the waist area. Before I talk about how to achieve this flaming detailing, let me finish up with the garment construction. Now the main fabric used is a black soft mesh or tulle fabric. It was used from the top to the bottom. And then for the lining at the top area and also beneath the top is a silk fabric. This made it come out so beautiful, giving it a little bit of shiny effect. Now for the bodice, you can see it has like a princess seam, and make sure that you add a bust cup if you want to recreate something like this. Now for the flaming application, you can achieve this in 2 ways. One, through digital print method, which I think was used here. So you can print on a mesh a flaming pattern digitally. Those into digital printing can give you available methods on how you can achieve this. This gives it much more neater finishing and a realistic view. Now the second method which I'm aware of is the manual method, is cutting pattern. So if you have a fabric that has a flame shapes, or a tulle or a dyed fabric that has this flaming shape, you can cut it out and then use it to embellish the main fabric. So that's the 2 methods I'm aware of on how to achieve this flaming applique creation. If you know of any other method, please let me know in the comment section. Now that's it for this video. Watch out for the part 2 where I will be explaining how Osa's outfit by Vicky James was achieved, especially the 3D tree applique. I'm aware of 2 methods on how to achieve this. These and many more I'm going to be explaining in my next video. So watch out for part 2. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.